Hello. Today I have recreated a situation. Can you see all these empty chairs? This is what we're going to read about in this amazing book, The Day War Came. It's a poem by Nicola Davies and illustrated by Cobb. Now, let's have a look. This is the end paper. Can you see all the chairs? Can you see all the empty chairs? They're all different chairs. Some of the chairs are old chairs and new chairs and plastic chairs and wooden chairs and probably Granny's chair here. So the big question is, why are these chairs empty? And this will be the story. Now, let's have a look at the dedication. It says, this book is dedicated to children who are lost and alone and to those who help them. Isn't it beautiful? Now look at the beginning of the story. The day war came, and look at war coming, invading the pages of the book. The day war came, there were flowers on the window sill, and my father sang my baby brother back to sleep. My mother made my breakfast, kissed my nose, and walked with me to school. That morning I learned about volcanoes. I sang a song about how tadpoles turn last to frogs. I drew a picture of a bird. Then, just after lunch, war came. At first, just like a spattering of hail, a voice of thunder, then all smoke and fire and noise that I didn't understand. I came across the playground. It came into my teacher's face. It brought the roof down and turned my town to rubble. I can't say the words that tell you about the blackened hole that had been my home. All I can say is this: war took everything. War took everyone. I was ragged, bloody, all alone. I ran, walked over fields and roads and mountains in the cold and mud and rain, rode on the back of a truck, in buses, went on a boat that leaked and almost sank, then up a beach where shoes lay empty in the sand. I ran until I couldn't run, until I reached a row of huts and found a corner with a dirty blanket and a door that rattled in the wind. But war had followed me. It was underneath my skin, behind my eyes, and in my dreams. It had taken possession of my heart. Can you see the little girl in the hut? I walked and walked to try to drive war out of myself, to try to find the place it hadn't reached. But war was in the way, that doors shut when I came down in the streets. It was in the way that people didn't smile and turned away. I came to school. I looked in through the window. They were learning all about volcanoes, singing and drawing birds. I went inside. My footsteps echoed in the hall. I pushed the door and faces turned towards me, but the teacher didn't smile. She said, "There is no room for you. You see, there is no chair for you to sit on. You have to go away." And then I understood that war had got here too. I turned around and went back to the hut, the corner and the blanket, and crawled inside. It seemed that war had taken all the world and all the people in it. The door banged. I thought it was the wind, but a child's voice spoke. "I brought you this," he said. "You see, now you can come to school." It was a chair for me to sit on and learn about volcanoes, sing and draw birds, and drive the war out of my heart. He smiled and said, "My friends have brought theirs too, so all the children here can come to school." Out of every hut, a child came, and we walked together on a road all lined with chairs, pushing back the war with every step. I would like to read to you what Nicola Davies said about the genesis of this poem. But before I read this, let me show you the end paper. First, it's the little girl sitting on a chair, smiling. And then it's all the children from the huts sitting on their chairs, learning at school. This is what Nicola Davies wrote at the end of the book. I'm going to read the first part, and it says, "In the spring of 2016, the UK government refused to give sanctuary to 3,000 unaccompanied child refugees. At about the same time, I heard a story about a refugee child being refused entry to a school because there wasn't a chair for her to sit on. Out of that, this poem came and was published first on the Guardian newspaper's website, with images of an empty chair by the artists Jackie Morris and Petr Horacek. In the days that followed, hundreds and hundreds of people posted images of empty chairs as symbols of solidarity with those children who had lost everything and had nowhere to go and no chance of an education. I want this story to remind us all about the power of kindness and its ability to give hope for a better future." There is also a note on a refugee non-profit organization called helprefugees.org. You can check if you're interested to carry out the project with your students to help children all over the world.